everybody, welcome to another installment of Fridays with Phillip here on Just Jill Bauer. We're so glad to have you here, and we always love having Phillip with us too.
Thank you.
We are going to talk about hydrangeas today because that seems to be a very popular flower for most people around the country.
Yeah.
And there are certain varieties that Phillip really loves for the garden. And I think it's fun to show people this particular variety because it is color changing.
It's color changing. Also, this one is sending up new blooms, not just the old ones. Most of them just do it the one time. But when the new blooms come up on this, and by the way, this is vanilla strawberry. Love this variety. It's one of the best newer ones on the market. They start off snow white,
yes,
like that.
Like glowing white.
Yes, but the big flower heads, I mean, these are dense, you know, like a sponge.
Love it.
And it's going a little bit pink. This one is going even more pink.
Yes, this is pretty.
And then these have gone pretty much all pink down here, but this will be about 5 feet tall maximum. But I wanted to illustrate, look how tall, long these stems are.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Look at that. And they're woody, so they're great for arrangements as we showed. And I just love cutting them. I love drying them. And if you've got a smaller area, this is a good one for you. They do need frost.
Okay.
So if you
is that true of all hydrangeas?
Yes, it is true of all hydrangeas. The mop heads, the pink ones and the blue ones that you and I grew up with, people always ask, why don't mine bloom anymore? And the old-fashioned varieties like your grandmother had set bud on old wood, which means the buds are being set right now to bloom next year. And if you have one of those winters that kills the hydrangea to the ground, then it's only got new wood and no buds.
So if you have something that hasn't bloomed, do I just dig it out and put a new one in? Is that the best way if I want flowers?
There are mop heads, the ones that are the pink or the blue, that bloom on new and old woods. There are Endless Summer is one variety, but there are a lot of them out there. And choose one of those that it'll say a rebloomer is what a lot of them will say. And that's a way to go. But if you live in an area that is north of Mobile, Alabama, because these do need a hard freeze. These Hydrangea paniculatas, which is what all of these are called, would be the ones for you, because I use these all in upstate New York, and I use them all the time.
Now you've used not just this vanilla strawberry, but I see these gorgeous limelight hydrangeas
and everybody knows that one because it is, to me, that.
Wow.
And I absolutely love it.
You've used it all around your property.
It surrounds the property. It illuminates the edges so everything looks bright and happy. And the corners normally are dark. That's in the shadows. I've got this in the shadows, and up in the Northeast, you can grow these in full baking sun. If you're down in Mississippi, you'll need to have them in just morning sun or some dapple shade to do well. But the limelight that we talked about will get 10, 12 feet tall.
Wow.
So if you've got a big area, it's ideal for you, and you can front it down with some of these vanilla strawberries just to give you some staging. We talked about the tapestry and the staging, and you can use dwarf forms and big forms all over the garden, which is what I've done.
And then what do people do with hydrangeas for the fall and the winter? Am I cutting this back? When do I cut it back, and how far can I cut it back?
Well, right now, I would be cutting the fresh blooms to dry. And that's what I would do. But I wouldn't, butcher the plant. I leave mine on. I leave even the dried blooms, I leave them on the plant all winter because it looks so ugly to have those nubs out there in the garden. And then in late winter, you can cut it back as much as you want to.
Okay.
It's very forgiving. You can whack it all the way back unless it's a tree form and you don't want to cut the trunk in half. So that's the way to do it. And if you leave the old blooms on there until the new ones are getting ready to come, the birds will come and get the old foliage to help make a nest.
When you say late winter, should I be waiting for there to be a little bit of green on the plant, or should I just go ahead and do it, say, I don't know, in February or March?
I do it the 1st of May, or you can, the latter part of April, where the foliage is just starting to come out, and you just go out and you tidy it up. Because the leaves have not put out then. You see the leaves have swelled, and then you can shape it if you need to, or if you need to downsize it.
What's the biggest mistake people make when it comes to planting and growing hydrangeas?
I think that they expect too much out of the mop heads because they like to be watered a lot. These Hydrangea paniculatas are extremely drought tolerant. That's what I like about them. So if you want a low maintenance, high impact shrub, I can't say enough about Hydrangea paniculata. It is my staple. Of all the flowering shrubs, I have more of this than anything, and it's the most commented on.
Well, there's your information for when you're thinking about planting your garden for next year. Stay tuned. We'll have more Fridays with Phillip coming up right
Good.
here on my Jill Bauer, Just Jill Bauer Facebook page. We'll see you soon.